Ready for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Warner.
Yep.
Ms. Rupp.
Here.
Mr. Meyerholtz. Ms. Patel, Mrs. Patel,
Here.
Ms. Kukowski.
Here.
Need a motion to excuse, Ms. Soucer.
So moved.
First, we have a second between the two of you guys. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose. Anything, new to the agenda? It's not.
Yes. The August bank rec approval, we can put in with expenditures.
You're going to,
I'll remember when we
Okay.
get there. And then, under old business, we have setting EMS contract rates. Paul also, he reviewed the draft and provided a resolution. So if we want to start 3 readings, I think that'll still give us enough time to put that in place before the end. But even with that, the contracts can still be sent out and reviewed by everybody within those 3 readings. So we can do that with that part on old business. And then, the Pep Faithful performance resolution, should be a new business. Forgot about that one. So,
so you got PEP in here.
yep.
Now the EMS one, can that do the 3 readings without a rate approval?
Yes.
All right. Minutes from last meeting. I know it was kind of a different way we did it, but she was able to push through it. So if there's any additions or corrections to that, to the meetings, say so. If not, you need a motion to mark as read.
So moved.
I need a second. Second to the meetings. Got it? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we're gonna go with,
Who was first on that one? Me.
me has a name,
Craig. Okay.
Oh, no, I might be just.
not today. Okay,
Those that just came in, there's a sign-in sheet up front here if you haven't signed in.
okay, we're gonna go with, public presentation from OHM.
I'm Michelle Carpenter with OHM, client representative. I have Ron with me. He's transportation construction. And Russ is principal of OHM and can answer any questions as far as what the firm has to offer. We provided to Mrs. Knox, we met with her a month or 2 ago in regards to your 2025 street resurfacing OPWC application that was approved. And provided a proposal to do the work if you choose for our firm to move forward with that project. And I don't know if you have any questions in regards to that project, any questions in regards to OHM and their history.
I don't, not really.
Did you have all of the background on the project?
Yeah, so I originally came from Kleinfelder. I did your OPWC application last year, so I have all of the maps and all of the documents from that application. And that's what we based the proposal off of for engineering services.
Now, once the project begins, I know with specific materials and things that are being utilized and thicknesses and things of that nature, how does your firm go about confirming that?
Question for you.
So we have means and methods when we're in the field testing, monitoring the actual yields of those materials. And then we bring in a third party, different one, or GTLs, different services, so they can actually do testing and we can make sure that you're getting what you actually pay for.
Okay, so you're on site at that point in time?
Yes, we would have a person on site the entire time.
Oh, the entire time?
Or as much as you would like.
Well, no, I understand that.
Yeah. I mean, there might be certain things where there's cleanup with them.
Right.
We wouldn't necessarily have to be on site for, but our goal would be to be present whenever anything is like a typical pay item would be accomplished.
Mhm.
We'd be verifying that that is being done.
So they verify the materials then, through samples and whatever?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and we can get as elaborate or as simple as you need. Typically, your asphalt is probably the biggest thing, so we'd be verifying that your asphalt binder quantity is correct. Check that your density is correct, your thicknesses, your quantities are matching up. Certifications of those actual products are actually approved with traffic rules.
The other thing that we had a few slight issues with were the current manhole construction.
You mentioned that.
Okay,
Yes.
and you'll make sure that that's taken care of before, or?
So make sure we're talking about the same thing. We actually ran the project and we're looking at it. And we feel that that's why there's a cost in here for the actual preliminary and final engineering.
Okay,
Because there might be some things that maybe weren't captured completely on that original estimate. Maybe they need to be reconstructed
okay, that's,
versus just adjusted to grade, which is gonna be a different cost, but obviously you guys want to know that ahead of time.
yeah,
Before we get there and the contractor says, oh, it's pink. If that's what you're.
yeah, I want to eliminate as many change orders as possible.
And that's when we went and drove the project and he noticed a few things that were or were not included in the original estimate that concerned him. So it would be, like you said, preliminary engineering going back out.
Was it mainly at the catch basin sides of things on Taylor?
Yeah, those are a number of things. And then a concern is when you start milling off pavement, what's obviously underneath your brick, is there enough asphalt to mill, or are we getting into something that the minute it comes off, now the trucks and the mill machine, paving machine hit it, and then they're cutting ruts. Now all of a sudden, we're talking about undercutting the pavement, the price can get big quick. So I believe we put in there a price to be pavement pouring, so we know exactly, so you know exactly what we're getting into before we start
I
construction.
was gonna say, you're gonna pour it beforehand. If I remember correctly, maybe Ken Taylor can help, that street was completely reconstructed at the time that.
Talking about Taylor was
It was a
completely
reconstruction,
reconstruction.
so that there's, should be nothing.
I mean, you're going to see the side catch basins on the side kind of, and, they have to be leveled out because they've settled or they've been hit by the snowplow one too many times.
So that'd be one of the big things we want is historical data, so we know. I don't know how good you guys have kept those over the years, or is it just
Probably the oldest one on council. I'm just, no, we have some stuff. We have a binder up there that has some stuff done. Of course, we're pretty close to being digitally, fluid, so we should be good. So
I think if you go back, you can actually go back to the actual project from back then, can you not, Stephanie?
Main Street it's going to be our kind of our rolling the dice and figuring out what sticks, because it's probably just been surfaced and that's about all probably.
You might be able to find some data from when we redid the catch basin by the tracks.
Yeah, we have picture data from when we did all that stuff. So there's somewhat, and of course, Bob Desmond was, he was kind of our go-to person, and he took care of some of that stuff as far as helped us out, personally. So.
well, and the historical data is great for things like OPWC because you need to prove
Mhm.
age in order to get the
Right.
maximum points. So
Yeah, I believe I had to sign that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was fully reconstructed at that time. I was on council at the time.
Can I offer just a short window of time on OHM advisors? And if everyone's comfortable and says, no, we already know who you guys are, that's fine.
You got the floor.
All right, well, thanks. I'm Russ Crikelli, one of the principals with the firm. But relative to this conversation, I wanted to give a quick history on the company and the firm. 40 years myself in this business, but the firm has started in 1962 as a local municipal engineering firm. So there's a long history of the firm, which started in Livonia, Michigan. I guess a point of reference, I think we have the 3 original clients, still clients since 1962. So that's a feather in the cap. OHM is privately owned. We're throughout the Midwest, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Pennsylvania. What I'll say to you is relative to what you're trying to accomplish here is the firm has really started or built its reputation doing local projects. And we have many communities where we're under contract as their municipal engineer. So we're doing this on a day-to-day basis. We're working city halls, village halls, working with the team here locally to do these similar projects. So this is not something we're trying to break into or we're trying to learning curve here. And I just wanted to share that little bit of background here. So
Appreciate it.
and Ron,
And I was gonna say-
he didn't introduce, but I'll do it for him, Ron Wagner. We were lucky enough to bring Ron on board, say 50 years ago. But Ron was the former Ottawa County engineer, so he has a strong background in the public works side as well.
Okay.
Michelle and I knew each other from before. We had like a love-hate relationship. Because she was always so good at the OPWC applications. I was always in direct competition with her and like you guys. So half the time I would lock the door so she couldn't get into our office.
See what was going on.
Glad you guys teamed up.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions for them? Well, we're going to continue on with our meeting if you guys want to stay. If not,
Thank you for.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you need anything,
Yeah.
Stephanie has all our information.
okay.
Just reach out and
All right. Thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. First item of old business is the second reading resolution for auto pay and or route express.
Before you do that, since they left, do you want to
Oh, yeah.
approve their contract?
Yeah, we have that actually on here,
It's-
in here at all?
Not as an action, but
Okay.
it probably needs to get done so we can get into our
Sure.
engineering. I did put in the folder.
It's the resurfacing proposal, correct?
Yes. And it might even be in our
Okay.
administrative process report that it's recommended to go with OHM.
Yeah, it is. All right. Does everybody got a chance to read all that to make sure? Or you want me to read it?
I can just make a motion,
Yeah,
Pages.
yeah,
just make a motion to accept OH.
10 pages.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to accept OHM proposal. A second. Roll call, Mr. Warner.
I have to abstain.
Okay, Ms. Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Myrtles,
Yes.
Ms. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski.
Just to make sure it's $53,000 for the engineering services, but that is covered by the SIB and OPWC.
Engineering's covered by us,
So that's $53,000 up front.
not upfront. The engineering of the construction and construction observation would be next year. The preliminary design, final design and bidding would be this year.
Okay, I
It
vote
won't
yes.
all be billed at one time either.
No.
It'll be in stages.
I vote yes.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 with one abstain. Okay, hope that passes. Okay, now we're gonna go back to old business. This would be the second reading of the resolution for auto. Yeah, find it again. This is the resolution to authorize the fiscal officer to proceed payments for routine, ordinary, and contractual expenses without prior council approval, subject to reporting requirements. Any other conversations or discussions to be had on this? If not, this will be marked as a second reading. Second reading of downtown business district. This is a resolution establishing the downtown business district. This is hereby designated within the area identified at the attached downtown business district. The parcels comprised of the downtown business districts shall be subject to commercial zoning classifications provisions set forth by the Village of Weston zoning ordinance and as may be amended from time to time. It is hereby found that it determined that all the formal actions of the council concerning and related to the passage of this ordinance were adopted in an open meeting and the council that all deliberations of the council and other committees that resulted in such formal actions were meeting in an open public in compliance with all legal requirements, including sections 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Codes. So this is the second reading of that. Any different conversations on that or topics or anything we need to talk about on that? All right, let that be good as second reading. This would be the second reading of the WSIA Equipment and Approval and Signing Facility Agreement. Here. Is that in the
One should be the resolution.
copy of the village?
And then one is the agreement. They're two separate ones. One is titled,
Title not needed, right? Property not needed.
yeah, property not needed. Yeah,
The resolution.
it might be the very last. I don't know how you sort yours, but it might be.
This is in the folder, so.
No, that's the agreement.
This
So
is the-
that one, yep.
Okay. I'm on. All right, this is a resolution authorizing the sale or transfer of the village property not needed for public use. Think. If there's anything out of order in this one, is everybody have any questions on this one?
And then separate would be the approving the agreement, the facility use agreement.
All right, group. Mark that as the second reading of the resolution. And this is that property agreement, right?
I'm just,
Go ahead.
can you wait on the agreement until we do the final reading or not?
Yeah, but it's separate. This is
No, it's-
just them using property. That one's the equipment.
All right. The second one is the agreement between the Village of Weston and the Sports Initiative Association for the village-owned parks and facilities strictly for activities related to the organization's designated sports. Does anybody have any questions on this one? If we don't, we're going to need a motion to move forward on this agreement. We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
We're going to do a roll call on this one. Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Myrold,
Yes.
Mrs. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. Okay. Next one is. Do we have a swag one in here?
No, that one was something from your last meeting I caught in that recording. I thought we-
Old businesses, the volunteer appreciation and swag funding.
I thought Jessica suggested we waited.
And until our community development meeting.
I thought when
Okay.
we left it,
Yeah,
figure
the
out
way
where
it
the
was-
funded- Where the funds were coming from is where,
Yeah.
where we left it off in our conversation.
Yeah, like where we could.
Mhm.
Because she wasn't here to
Okay.
basically figure out where we were going to get the funds, and that's where it was left off at.
Yeah.
But if you guys have to talk about, it, now's the time.
My question was if we could use Suburban grant.
She actually has in her report what she was.
Suburban gets us about $1,400. You guys put a cap of 300 on it. I wouldn't waste it on, I'd put Suburban towards something else.
So you're just gonna take it out of the funding?
She.
Yeah, we have a marketing budget that usually we buy pens out of, and it hasn't been spent yet this year, and that's got 500 in it. We could take it out of there since it's village swag technically.
So,
From the marketing, you said?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's in our report in the folder.
You need a motion for that.
We're gonna need a motion
So
to
move.
move forward with the volunteer appreciation swag fund. We have a motion on the floor. We have a second.
Okay.
Spending money, Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Mr. Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Miles,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski.
Yes.
All right, that passed. Okay, EMS. Setting EMS contract rates. Do we have anything in this one? Contract.
Is that the one you said?
Yeah, Paul did review it. Did I put an update in my report? Yes. Paul,
Not the rates.
no, not the rates. So that's something you guys, I think you were holding off to either talk about more or waited till this meeting. I don't remember what it was in the,
It's gonna be this week.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, let's talk about them.
Paul reviewed it. Did he have anything?
Yeah, Paul reviewed the contract. He said the proposal is reasonable. However, he cautioned that the township's attorney previously rejected the mutual liability language, which I think in the Weston Township one was done, but all the other ones were the way it was. So we put it back in
Right.
based on what he said. That way, if that way it probably won't be rejected. So, so I put that in there, and then he had made a comment about, replacing a previous version, but the way he phrased it didn't make sense to me. So I put, in, I think the contract rate section at the bottom of it that says this agreement supersedes and replaces all prior contracts between the parties that would otherwise remain in effect. So when this one takes effect, anything that this one is the new one in place. So, but yeah, nothing really was changed in it.
And this is the contract for the Village of Weston EMS and other townships.
All of them.
There's no set rate in here. We're gonna still decide on the rate.
Not at this point, not on this one, right?
No, yeah, so this would just be our first reading, but then you guys will have technically 3 readings and
To set the rates.
to set the rates. Yeah.
So, or do we want to have a conversation on setting the rates? Moving, I mean, starting right now, or
Or does that would that go to committee?
No.
I don't know. It was already.
I think it came out of.
It came out of the conversation where I think where it got left off was a dollar amount of X than there was originally going to be, or it was talked to be a possible increase over division of
Gradually.
gradual increase. But with the, I guess, buying of the new ambulance and then of course our expenses and everything, it might be just as good just to move it directly up to that without a gradual. At the end of the day, there's still going to be probably some resistance. But I don't know. Well, we don't know what else to do. I mean, we have to move forward on this, and the rates were already indicated of the higher amount. Some people obviously are going to be dropped down from that. So this is something that we have to decide whether we're going to do a gradual rate or some type of tier rate, or we're going to set with the initial.
All the townships knew ahead of time that it was only a proposal at that time.
Do they know now that it is going to be it's gonna start out at $10,000?
We don't really-
We didn't have nothing in writing per se to do that. There was still conversations being had. I know of a couple entities that's encompassed by, Milton Township basically said that they were on their own. you know, Milton Center and then Custer. So, really no different than Weston Township. So they basically, you know, basically said that they're gonna pay what they're gonna pay, and it's up to us to propose the contract to the amount of whatever that is to these entities. So,
One of the things that I think they have to realize is the fact that we did not know at the time of the original proposal got started in February,
yes,
that we were gonna need to purchase a ambulance. And at 300 and some odd thousand dollars, somewhere around 300,000 by the time you're done. I propose that we go the full 10,000 per year for the 3-year contract. Everybody will be the same at that point. All townships will be at the same base rate.
that'd be Liberty, Milton, and
Liberty and Jackson.
Jackson if they choose to go on. Everybody else is currently on. Liberty, Milton Township, and Weston Township are currently on. So
Jackson's
Jackson's
On for the
they're on our current. This is
Right.
Jackson Township is going to be a new entity coming into play. So
and they told us to go ahead and start drawing the contract.
they did, and of course Liberty Township said, "Yeah, we're okay," because it dropped there
It drops there, so
by a lot. So
I have some inconsistencies that I want answered. I'm on the safety committee, so I've been in the talks about the contracts and the rates from the beginning. We all saw Kathy's email where she was upset that we were going straight to 10,000 after we proposed 7,500. And she references somebody in the meeting speaking out and asking, hey, I don't think this is right for the townships. And that person was me. I was very much, I don't believe we should jump from 7,500 for the first year, or the second year directly to 10,000 when we've been proposing a gradual increase. And I was told in the meeting that the townships were never told that there was a gradual increase. It was always presented as
no,
$10,000.
that's not true.
And then I was told here in this council meeting last week, well, not week, but last month, 2 weeks, thank you, Craig, that they were told that there would be a gradual increase, but we have to face the fact that we need to now pay for an ambulance. And that seemed very inconsistent to me because I only agreed to bring it to council because I was told that they were only told 10,000. And it wasn't by one person in that meeting that told me, it was by 2. So I would like to know definitively, because I've spoken to people on townships now. I didn't seek them out on this issue. It came up in discussion on other things. What are the townships told right now?
The township's original proposal in February and March, was we were looking at possible rates increase for 3-year period of time. I told them the 3-year period of time, we might be able to gradually increase it. That's what they were told
Okay,
correctly.
so at the safety committee meeting where you told me that you told them $10,000 and you never told them gradual increase, that's not how it was presented.
There was a second meeting with Milton Township and also Liberty Township at the time.
Okay, but this was the safety committee meeting.
And I'm telling you,
Or I was-
before the safety committee
Mhm.
meeting, there was a second meeting with those townships. And they were told at that time that we were still looking at the proposals, that there has to be 5 other votes. It's not me just saying that this is going through. And they understood that. Now, both Jackson and Liberty Township, they were very definitive about their feelings about having a new EMS or ambulance.
Mhm.
So that's what took place.
My feelings behind the gradual increase was to have them an opportunity to build it into their budget.
Be nice, but we don't have it in our budget to continue doing it with a brand new ambulance either.
But we wouldn't be paying $300,000 next year.
40 each year.
You probably have payments of somewhere around $40,000 a year.
And we can
that's why I
budget for that now.
I mean, if you want, as I told you at the last meeting, it's up to the vote. You do
Yeah.
what you want.
and that's what we're talking about right now. What do we want to do? We want to go with an increase, because if we go with an increase, then we're going to have to decide on how we're going to increase and when we're going to increase, or we're going to go with a flat $10,000
For 3 years.
for 3 years, because this is only a 3-year contract. It's only a 3-year contract that we currently got going on with them. So what would you like to see?
I think I would like to see a gradual increase from a lowered amount next year, and then the second year, 10,000.
What is it?
Not sure, because I wasn't allowed to look at the numbers.
Well, I mean, you guys, what was the overall for Weston Township? Because Jackson, I know, I mean, not Jackson, but Liberty Township is 15,000. They're getting a decrease.
So they were 14.
I think they're 15.
Were they 15?
Jackson's 15,
Or
Liberty
15.
Township's 15.
So
15.
now they're going down to 10.
Milton Center was at 1,180. Custer was at 1,180. Weston Township was at 3,055. Milton Township,
100, right? I'm trying to do the math, right?
Milton Township was 3,055. Liberty Township was 15,000. And that's what we
So
had.
collectively between the Milton Center, Milton Township and Custer equated to what? 7,500?
Close.
Somewhere.
So what do you want to go? But that, by doing that, we're going to probably have to break those up percentage equally.
Right.
So in Milton Center, I don't think, we're very late to pay their contract last year.
I don't think they paid yet, have they?
No.
So
Yeah.
somebody has to pay for it. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this is a business, taking the emotion out of it. Okay? We still provided service to this entity with no disregard of, oh, you didn't pay. So take that in consideration when you do your thinking, because we have not depleted or denied anybody our services. Okay. So
The other thing that was different also in this contract is the fact that you were not able to include unpaid runs anymore.
Correct.
That's the other thing that they're not having to worry about at this point in time. So they were actually getting a discount on the basis that they had before. And like I said, you buying a $300,000 piece of equipment, and we have 3 other partners, essentially 5 other partners, including Milton Center and Custer. We try to make it as equal as possible.
what happens if Milton Center doesn't pay again?
Right. I understand all that. I think I think it needs more conversation. I don't think we can vote on that tonight.
What is our timeframe to have to vote on this? What is our timeframe to have to vote on
We
this?
gotta have
Once
a,
the third reading happens,
Yeah.
which would be next meeting.
November? No,
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 the end of the end.
or end of
the month,
October.
kind of that.
End of October, so. And then they have to go through 3 readings too.
Mhm.
So
I think it
I
needs,
mean, what else are you gonna discuss? I mean,
I'm having a hard time understanding. We have doing the decrease or, not step, we're losing money. Is it right for Liberty Township to drop down to 10? You know what I'm saying?
great. Cause don't they have like almost the same amount of runs as Weston proper?
Liberty?
Yeah.
no.
What was it that,
I think
pretty-
it's pretty close.
Close.
yeah.
All 3 entities, I'm talking entities,
Mhm.
Liberty, Milton, Custer and Milton Township all have about the same amount
Right.
collectively, like we have it collectively, and then Liberty has collectively. So
I would like to take the information that you've presented tonight and vote on it at the next meeting.
sounds good. So we're gonna table this to the next meeting. Okay. Moving on, reports, Mayor. Me, and I have nothing to report. I'll go to the fiscal office.
Our final edition of our printed newsletter is being put together, and I just wanted to see if we have any important dates that need to be included. Right now I have, fall brush pickup, leaf pickup, even though we don't have the dates yet, but those are planned to be in there, and the Fall Fest. The goal is to have this mailed out by the end of September. So if you have any, topics to put, or ideas for topics to put in there, or, important dates to put in there, let me know by Wednesday so I can get it put together and sent out to the copy shop.
The only comment I have on, especially on the leaf pickup, leaves are turning now, they're falling now, and some of course, breed wise, because of the lack of drought. And then some of them are not gonna fall until the late, so we're gonna do two. That's what,
You've basically done it until it was cleaned up, correct?
Yeah.
so you're just gonna leave it hooked up, obviously, because this one's a trailer, so
That one there, we can,
you can just pick them up. We set up a certain date and then it's moving forward until they're all cleaned up.
yeah.
And then when I was, filing the, SIB ordinance at the last meeting, I realized that the title was incorrectly, the word resolution was put in there instead of ordinance, since it wasn't ordinance, but the rest of it was good. So I just wanted to make a note that that's going to be crossed out and wrote ordinance instead. And then I noticed in some of these readings that we have that there's typos where it should say ordinance and resolution. So those will all be fixed. We already mass contact, and then the rest of the stuff can be for the other items.
Okay. We're gonna go with administrator report.
I didn't have to put a fuel pump in that truck from the cemetery. It started working, and that's what confuses. So I was able to return that. I got, what's his name, Chase Blandy out there at the cemetery now cleaning up and re-roofing on it to cemetery finally. I'm waiting on Henry Township. I just contacted the guy today to find out what's going on with the crack sealer. So he has not, or Henry Township has not gotten done with their crack sealing yet. So I'm still waiting on that. So hopefully we will be getting that soon. And, I contacted, what is that place? Ward Construction out of Lipstick about chip seal that was given to me by the county. So I'm waiting to hear back from one of the guys from there to let me know how much we actually have. So I should have that answered by the
Works.
Public Works meeting. So we'll have that for them. And then see here. I put Stephanie blinds up with shit up with them. Oh, wow. I got that put up for her, but that's about it. It hasn't been super busy, just getting things tidied up here and there.
And you got the fence around the bleachers?
Yeah, bleachers are done. So I got the fence up around the bleachers.
You also have in here that you talked to people at the solar field about trucks coming through town,
Yeah,
and you did stop a truck on Friday
I
from,
stopped 3 trucks so far, 4 trucks that I've had to tell them how to get out of here because they all stop right out here or stop down there. So I've had to chauffeur them around to get them onto the solar field without going down Perry Street. So I've had to take them out of town and then bring them back down Weston Road. So
So they've been going out Cherry to Maine
they get lost.
they get lost.
Not downtown.
because of the railroad crossing?
Yes. And which those.
Which time's supposed to be going through town anyways, hasn't it? It's spot, wasn't it Custer Milton Road?
Yeah.
Off of Route 6.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get with the county on.
I went out there and I told them to tell all these guys that are the dispatchers that are bringing stuff out here to not come through town, to come off of Weston Road or any road out.
Well, you would just go out there and contact the supervisor out there
Yeah.
and just tell them.
And we don't, I told them, I said, we don't want them in town. I said, I've already.
Happen, there's a design route, designated route for that particular
field and they're supposed to abide by it because they're gonna come back through and fix the road
Yeah,
after they get done. That was part of the agreement. So if they're starting piecing through all this stuff and
They're going through, since they're coming down Taylor Street and expecting to go straight through. I don't know why their GPSs are sending them that way, but every single one of them have brought it up on their phone saying that this is how it's sending me to get here. So, but they just got, looks like they got done with the tracks today, so they said that they should be open tomorrow. So all the tracks should.
township has a signed agreement from them
yeah.
for the designated roads. They're under contract.
Okay, well, I'll have to get a hold of.
I think the other road is Portage Road coming off for 235 off Portage Road because there's no skin in the game with nobody else except for Weston Township and Milton Township. We have a very small piece and it's on the back half of Milton Township. So, and I'm not 100% certain we're even still getting our piece.
Probably not.
So, because they shrunk it down from initial. So we need to make sure we contact the Kokosing contractor and
Yeah,
He's been there. He said he's talked to him.
yeah, that's,
I'm going back out there tomorrow because I'm gonna let them know that this is not acceptable. These trucks coming into town and coming through town.
There was 2 this morning right here.
Oh, yeah, there was 3 total today that I've had to stop out here.
They shouldn't have been coming down Taylor Street anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
because that's not a route for this project.
So, but I think that GPS is taking him that way.
I understand that, but your contracting boss
right.
also is employing you to go and should tell them.
So they should either have a flagger out there in those roads. So,
Right.
okay. We'll take care of it. Before. All right. Anything else? Anybody have anything for help? Right. Zoning. Ken.
August 29th, signed a permit for an accessory structure on Ohio Street. September 3rd, I received an email from Paul regarding storage units. And I received a call from a resident about the legality of a basketball hoop on Maple Street. I informed him that I was unaware of a code violation, but I would pass his questions on to council. His concern is kids are gonna get hit, and then it comes down to you guys.
We had that same situation not too long ago. Was it?
There's one on Sumner and there's one.
Yeah, Summer Street was what it was, and we deemed it not worth pursuing because it was off the road.
Well, and
Because we don't have nothing in our code for that particular.
we have nothing in our code. What potentially the problem is, if the standards aren't pulled away and snow falls, and I know it's early yet, but snow falls and you're riding, with the plow and the plow sticking out, he's gonna clip that. It's gonna go do damage to the plow and, destroy the standard. So that's, something's gotta be considered, whether we can, whatever you guys can do to make it palatable for all involved.
We'll move that portion to a committee.
September 4th, I called the property owner on Mill Street regarding their request to place additional storage units on the property. I let them know that based on my reading of the zoning code, this would not be permitted, even though there are other storage units in the immediate area. I advised them that they could take the request to the Board of Zoning Appeals to get further. If they're gonna overrule me, they do, but that's just where I'm reading the code, so. September 5th, I received an email from a contractor with questions about building a house on North Main. I forwarded the email to Stephanie, them a zoning application. I also emailed the company to make them aware of the required setbacks and the need to contact Northwest Ohio Water and Sewer regarding utility hookups and potential for extending the sewer line at the end of Main Street as it goes toward Keel, but it's still this side of Weston Road. And I don't believe there's sewer line that extends all the way out there. So property owner's gonna have to, I assume, put in the sewer line. I don't know what our village is.
I don't know. And I say that is because we okayed Dollar General to put a septic leach field out there and they didn't want to put.
Well, and that was the other thing I told these people. in the event, you also need to contact the health department. I know the health department's gonna require them to have 2.5 acres.
Mhm.
Right now, I don't know what they're planning on having, so, but just to make them aware of all aspects. September 9th, sign a permit for an accessory structure on Clark Street. September 12th, sign a permit for an accessory structure on Sumner. Today, I also received, on the 12th, I received a follow-up from the resident regarding the basketball hoop. I replied that we had talked, Mayor and I had talked, and that, the same issue was at 2 places. But again, we don't have an ordinance that prohibits it, and I recommended that he attends tonight's meeting. He replied that he thought he would. I wouldn't know if I saw him anyway, so that's all I've got.
Removable hoops, like movable.
Yeah, we're on the marble plastic base.
I don't have anything common sense would be
Well,
move them.
we
Here.
we had that issue on Sumner Street. And we went down and talked to them. Or those people were talked to, and they said that they would move it at a reasonable amount. But the concern was they have the hoop extending past the road.
Okay.
So they were more worried about trucks hitting that.
Honestly, too, if you have 2 ways of traffic coming, you have to almost stop.
They're like, I don't think it's there anymore, but Rush Street, there used to be one that sat there for years.
Mhm. So we just gotta figure out if that's something we want to address, so. We'll move that to a committee, I'm sure. So, all right, committee reports. We're gonna have Park and Rec from 9:03. We
Ron's
have
on there.
Ron. Ron, you, want to report anything? Good. I'm not reading it all. I read it all last time. This is a lot. So, anybody have any questions that we need
The
to,
minutes are in the folder.
that's what I said, I'm not gonna read it. I read the last one, so if anybody has seen this one, they can address it, and
Yeah, if you have any questions, I'm here now. Sorry, I couldn't get the microphone on.
that's all right. I know an IT person. And it ain't me. Do you have anything you need to, that's present right now that you have to worry about?
I don't think so. I think Doug and I have got a small list. I know Doug's talked to Stephanie quite a bit. The one thing just to make you aware of, we're pulling the sign down. I think Harold is going to pull that sign down at Merrill Park and replace it with one that looks like the rest of the signs at the parks at the family's request. And they would also like to donate $200 with the approval of the council to put up a new sign. Board the sign, I should say.
Does that align with their available to,
No, I think he said you said donation, right?
Yes. Yep.
So the family wants to donate?
Yes.
okay,
So, yeah, council would just have to approve accepting the donation.
and we don't have to do that until they actually do it, right?
Yeah.
So if you get that donation, we'll accept it and put it towards that.
Okay, I'll have her bring it down.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
There is an actionable item on here for Public Works. Do we need to vote to make that, to move that to Public Works?
Where's,
It's an action items. It says request Public Works Harold to take down 3 dead trees in Merrill Park.
Merrill Park? Well, if they're dead, Harold can do that under his own thing. I mean.
I'm just saying, there was,
I know there was a conversation about if we wanted to move this to this or that to that, that stuff has to come through the council, but if it is a dead tree and it's a liability.
Okay, I'm
he should
just,
Be able to do that under his preview.
there's public works on there. Sure.
Okay. Cemetery from 9/4, which
8/7.
now, yeah.
So they approved August meeting minutes or July's meeting minutes were, and then they approved these ones September meeting. Now I'm backdating because I can't remember that part. Sorry, I'm reading. Harold presented a quote for a possible purchase of a new mower. It's 10,246.67. Quote from Egg Pro John Deere. We should get approximately 2,000 for trade-in on our current mower. Jody will speak with Stephanie about carrying over funds to put together with next year's budget to possibly purchase next spring. The most recent part-time weed eater is no longer working. Dawn indicated that her son may be interested in the position. She will have him get in touch with Harold to discuss details. If he's not interested in the position, we'll advertise, which he's hired, right?
Yes, he's working.
The trees from recent storm have been cleaned up. Reports from council and the mayor. Mayor Easterwood asked if it would be possible to store some of the village equipment in the maintenance shed at the cemetery, as the old bus garage will be torn down and they will need some temporary storage space. The board has no issue with this. The communication between the cemetery board and council was again discussed. Old business, the squirrel marker was discussed. Nothing has been heard from them. Diane will speak with Stephanie to send a letter out again via certified mail. We'll come back to that. The cemetery grant has been submitted for the refurbishing of the steps. Last meeting that got denied. And this is their second attempt.
Yeah.
So they wanted to ask Stephanie if they could get the reasons why it wasn't accepted. Which is on this month's meeting. The pine tree at the southwest corner of the old cemetery was again discussed. Since the insurance covered the recent storm damage, Diane made a motion to approve the removal per row tree service quote for $2,350. Robin seconded the motion. All in favor, motion passed. Storm damage was discussed. Everything was approved with a $500 deductible. Foundation pour options were discussed. Price and procedures from some of the surrounding cemeteries was presented and reviewed. L&W quote came in quite high. Diane will speak with them to see if the quote is correct. There was discussion concerning extra activities involving the cemetery and the need to separate groups to organize these events. New business, Rusty Fun Scooter sent email indicating that he will start a new business for monument cleaning. Keep in mind in case we have any inquiries about this. Reminder and updates that will recently presented by council were reviewed and distributed. No other business in the meeting was adjourned. I know that we got an email about road tree service. I was under the understanding that Stephanie was aware about that. I had no idea that they were gonna use.
I think there was some disconnect between the actual storm damage and then a future to prevent. And that's where the disconnect, because it was an oversight that was talked about, but
Yeah.
it
They
it was
just-
forgotten about.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get it cut down before it hit someone's house.
Yes.
The squirrel marker, the last cemetery meeting, that's all they discussed because they showed up. I don't remember what kind of metal that they use.
Orton steel.
So it only rusts 25%. Am I correct?
It's got to look longevity of allegedly 120 to 150
Yeah.
years.
So, and it is in there very, very well. But, per the cemetery rules, it's neither.
It doesn't not meet the requirements.
So I'm not sure what happened after I left. It didn't sound like the cemetery board was gonna budge.
We were waiting for an affidavit from the monument company. When I say monument company, this is not a
Stone.
cemetery monument company. This is a monument company. They had this thing professionally
Done out of mission.
designed, and these people do sculptures around the country. And they use this particular steel because it weathers and it lasts for a long time. So that's where the disconnect is because it does not meet the requirements of our cemetery rules of marble grant or bronze
Bronze plate.
plate. There's going to be some discussion on that. So there
Did
should
you
be,
get the affidavit?
I have not got nothing to, I don't think they needed them, so. So we're gonna probably have to, next council meeting, cemetery board, move forward on whatever they choose.
Yeah, because that's, they gave her until the 30th.
So. Okay. That's it for the cemetery administrative process from 9/8.
I can read it. Approved minutes from the previous meeting. Discussions on employee handbook schedules and reviews were continued. There are multiple options for conducting employee reviews, including dual reviews by the mayor individually and separately by council that are being considered, subject to Paul's answer on Ohio driver's licenses, recommending to approve sections 4 and 5 of the employee handbook. The discussion of utilizing the faithful performance insurance over bonds reemerged. The cost difference is 75 more to have all employees, volunteer board members, council, and mayor fully covered with a broader scope of insurance that protects the village and the individuals versus our current system of utilizing bonds for select individuals. All bonds excluding the fiscal officer are up for renewal in December, recommending to start the resolution readings if council approves. Reviewed the Delta Institute MOU. The program does not require funding to be added to their pilot program, but does require a point person to be assigned to the project. Reviewed the MOU with the details for the Village of Weston to complete Dura patching for Weston Township, recommending to move forward. 2026 project requests are scheduled to be done by October administrative process meeting. As is without the project requests being turned in, the 26 budget appropriations were discussed and the committee will need to cut an estimated $73,000. The committee received a request from Paul Scaff and Ken Taylor to reconsider tearing down the shed at the property on Maple, proclaimed a nuisance by the court. It was requested to take into consideration the money that was spent on filing through the court system to deem the property a nuisance. Things to consider. The court order has allowed the village to complete the task of clearing other garbage and debris from the area. The village has not prior made practice of tearing down sheds or accessory buildings on private property. At the last council meeting, it was announced that the village would not take the building down due to insufficient funds and contractual services. With the new request being presented, Stephanie reported there is 1,518 remaining in capital outlay that could be reallocated to be used for the project quoted by Rudolph Construction at the cost of $1,198. However, it's important to understand that the threshold for our operating reserve is suggested to be at 25% and no lower than 15%. The village's current reserve threshold is at 17% with the approval of the Sycamore Street project. Considering changes in our economic climate and the village's current financial standing, the committee is requesting information on the process and timeline for adding either an income tax increase or a levy to the ballot potentially in 27. I think she meant to say 26, right?
26.
Yeah. This research and information is being collected with the intent to be passed on the 26th, onto the 2026 council members for discussion in conjunction with the stormwater utility through Northwestern Water and Sewer. The current committee will be focusing on 26 budget appropriations and other immediate needs for the remainder of 25. It was reported that WSIA received their 501c3 designation and is officially operating independently. Therefore, it was discussed that a village liaison as council representation is no longer necessary. Further, WSIA should communicate their needs, questions, and ideas for spending down the village fund earmarked for the ball program through previously discussed channels. A second resolution can be drafted now so that when the fund is empty, we can utilize the process without delay. And then the action items, recommending to approve and start the process to switch to PEP Faithful Performance, which we have added in new business, the resolution for the PEP Faithful for a first reading. Recommending to sign the Delta Institute MOU and assign a point person. Recommend signing the Weston Township MOU for Dura patching. Vote on whether to tear down shed at the nuisance property on Maple Street and sign the building maintenance agreement for WSA, which we already took care of. And then updates, on the 9th, received an email from Paul that Ohio does not mandate the driver's license that the driver's license has to be a form to be from Ohio to be eligible for employment. And then on the 13th, Jessica sent an email to the WSIA board members with the updates that were discussed in the meeting. And then today, Paul sent an email regarding council participation in employee reviews, which may impact the committee's recommendations.
So the PEP Faithful, we're gonna do that in new business, so we won't worry about that. The recommendation to Delta. We have anything for that one? Point person as far as what?
I think that's what we're asking.
Right.
To vote on that and then.
Delta's the people that are doing,
They're doing kind of gray projects to do pilot program for the stormwater.
So that would be to approve signing that MOU and then we assign a point person to be the point of contact with them.
So need a motion to approve the Delta Institute MOU.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And such point person. Mr. Warner, he just raised his hand.
Oh, he's looking behind me. Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank
Did
you.
anybody have any objections with him being the point person? All right. The recommendation signing for the township MOU for the Dura patching.
I think if I caught right, when I was putting those minutes together from the last meeting, it was asked if I had sent that to the township and I did. They have
And I-
reviewed it.
And I was at the township meeting during this meeting, which took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but that's typical. And that was a topic of conversation out there. They were okay with the MOU. The only thing they were questioning was, they were questioning a little bit of everything, but the 10% administration fee. I think that's what it's called,
And administrative fee.
administrative fee and some of the billing of the particular product because they were originally going to get the product billed to them. And so there's more to come on that as far as,
So we don't have to vote to accept it until they accept it.
well, if we're going to take the 10% thing off, or if we wanted to reduce it down, that's a topic.
When are they, their timeframe for this project?
Well, it was going to happen like 2 weeks ago, but
Okay.
they only met last week and then I told them we had to bring it back to council for discussion.
Would that 10% go to Stephanie's salary, basically?
It's more than just that.
It's administration.
It covers all, like the, putting the billing together, the, figuring out of all the, the
I mean, if there's
rates and
anything that
the
we wanted
research.
to alter, we have to alter it now and then show them a particular alter to them so they can approve it, which ain't gonna happen until next month and it'll probably be too late anyways for the season.
That's why I'm asking. I will just wait until they approve it. But the 10% would also, correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't that cover some of the liability insurance?
Yeah, I think it explains what it covers in the
I
MOU.
thought it
Was
did.
it?
I'm just saying, that's what their concern was.
I was gonna say, you had mentioned, they were concerned about the product. They would be covering it. Yeah, I think it says in there that they bill for the stone.
I didn't have
and
my
the-
laptop out there or my
Yeah.
iPad out there, so I didn't have nothing to contradict anything.
Mhm.
So we can just table that one for later then. We still,
I would provide we get our crack ceiling done before theirs.
absolutely. Whenever we get it. I mean, that's Henry County, I mean, Henry Township we're waiting for, so. Absolutely. Do we want to move forward on the Maple Street nuisance property to tear the shed down or call it a wash?
Well,
Is there
there was
funds?
kind of some information before the meeting that place is being occupied.
It could be.
Yeah,
It could.
Harold has
I
it.
talked to the young, or her son, because I went over there the other day to collect the weeds down there. He told me that he had planned on living there and he was gonna be taking into his, he was gonna be taking over as soon as he put insurance on the property. I don't know when that's happening, but he said that he had planned on putting up a fence and taking that building down.
There's no reason for us to do it.
Okay.
The clarification on that too, that's her grandson.
Or whoever it is, I don't know. I don't know who
Just wanted to make
it is.
sure
All I know
you-
is He just come over there and told me that she wasn't happy about the last time that she got billed for the weed.
All I can say is not my problem no more.
And
My circus.
Paul was just concerned that, we spent all the money to take it to court and to get the most bang for our buck, right?
Yeah, well, that and there's an ordinance that has a penalty section in there that would ultimately be the end result to abate the nuisance. So that was another thing that was pointed out in there. But yeah, taking it through the whole court process. Yeah, that was the big concern, was taking it through the court process.
And right now, if it's going to be occupied, it's not going through shouldn't go through the court process.
Well, it's already
Unless
gone
it's
through.
already gone. I'm
Yeah.
talking any further unless
Yeah,
we would have to deem it a nuisance next year.
yeah, we'd have to do the whole process over again.
If this such individual,
Gotta start from ground zero. That's its main concern.
so. Do we want to move forward on that one or just,
No, I think we.
Okay.
Sorry, we
Let it go for now.
okay. And then we don't need to worry about the SIB. All right. New business.
Upcoming meeting.
Using meetings.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Upcoming meetings. Sorry about that. Upcoming meetings, we have Community Development, Public Affairs, 9:16 at 5:30. Park and Rec at 9:17 at 5:30. Safety, 9:22 at 6. Public Works, 9:20 9:23 at 6. Planning Commission is 9:24 at 6. I believe there's another Park and Rec meeting, 10:1 at 5:30, and then the Cemetery Board, 10:2 at 6. Does everybody have anything added to those? If not, we're gonna let those go. Now we're gonna go to new business. New business is the handbook, the employee handbook, and section 4 and 5, everything that's in the highlighted is new and or,
That's what's
Rewritten.
being changed, yep.
and then the stuff that's been slashed out is,
Administrative process went through that, correct?
Yep,
and the stuff that's no longer being applicable has been scratched out. If everybody has a chance to look at that and had any questions on that.
You're gonna need a motion on that?
I need a motion to accept section 4 and 5 as written.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor, a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Emergency reading of 2025-11 Northwest Water Sewer Department Board vote. That one is, I had it.
To clarify, we can vote for both of them.
well, so what you'll do is there's a ranking, there's two names, Chuck Lotta and Ryan Lee. What, after you approve the resolution, you'll rate one being first choice, two being second choice.
Okay.
For some reason I thought we were. Accept.
Yeah, we just nominated, yeah.
This is a resolution submitting votes to fill a vacate board seat of Northwest Water Sewer District and declaring an emergency. I need a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
We have a first, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Roll call, actually.
You do a roll.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Warner?
I'm still an aye.
Okay. Mr. Up?
Yes.
Mr. Meyerholt?
Yes.
Patel?
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski?
Yes.
All right, that passed. Now we just need a motion to approve resolution 2025-11. This is the resolution submitting the vote of a vacant board seat at Northwest Water and Sewer and declare it. So we have a first and a second. We're gonna do roll call again. Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Ms. Rupp, Mr. Miles,
Yes.
Mrs. Patel,
Yes.
and Ms. Kukowski.
Yes.
Now, do we have,
Now we gotta rank them.
we've got to rank them.
I would make a motion that we rank Mr. Latta 1 and Mr. Lee 2.
We just do a vote individually? Or how's that work?
I think you have to you have to move on the proposed.
Yeah,
ranking.
Does anybody else have any?
I was. gonna say-
Mr. Lee 1 and Mr. Latta 2.
then maybe we'll have to do it like vote wise, and then whoever's the least number can be the number two.
Okay, we have a vote for Mr. Lee and Mr. Ladd, Mr. Lee,
Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
you
Mr.
want,
Lee.
Mr. Lee.
Ryan Lee.
Ryan Lee, not Mr. Lee. It sounds like,
Mr. Lee.
it sounds like.
Mr. Lee.
Yeah, Mr. Lee is a rank.
He was my gym teacher.
Yes. So we
So
got,
Ryan
Lee is one
Chuck
and
is
Chuck.
two. All right.
Okay. All right, and then we have emergency resolution or emergency reading for this one, 2025-12. This is a rate resolution.
Is that increased? Why are we?
We have to do this every year. This is us accepting the county's numbers, yeah.
So we need a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Miles, Mrs. Patel,
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski.
Yes.
Now we just need a motion to approve such rate resolution 2025-12. We have a motion on the floor. We have a second.
Second.
Mr.
Yes.
Mrs. Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Meyerholz.
Yes.
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 Ms. Kukowski.
I'm gonna pass that around for you guys to sign on the front.
Okay, this is, another one is an emergency reading for 2025-18 mowing assessments.
Free in a meeting. Woo.
Yeah. I just need a motion to suspend the rules. I found that one really quick. It's an ordinance to authorize a special short-term assessment of certain parcels of real estate in the village of Weston for benefit receiving as a result of cutting noxious weeds, grasses, certifications, the county auditor for placement of charges on the tax duplicate and declaring it an emergency.
I'll motion to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend the rules. We have a second.
Second.
Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Ms. Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Meyerholz.
Yes.
Mrs. Patel,
Yes.
Mrs. Kukowski.
Yes.
Ms. Kukowski. Okay, now this is the ordinance to approve such mowing assessments, which I just read. I'll read it again. An ordinance to authorize a special short-term assessment on certain parcels of real estate in the village of Weston for a benefit received as a result of cutting of noxious weeds, grasses, certification of the Wood County Auditor for replacement of charges such as charges on the tax duplicate and declaring it an emergency. You have 3 parcels equating to $600. We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second, Mr. Warner,
Yes.
Ms. Rupp,
Yes.
Mr. Miles, Mrs. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Kowski.
Yes.
Okay, that's you.
We just, facial
Phew.
performance. All right, I gotta go back to that one is, PEP provides a sample. Since I kind of forgot to put this one on the agenda, I use that. So next meeting for our second reading, I'll have a more village version of it, but it'll be the same what it says now. It looks like they don't have a title, so I'm gonna have to assign it a title too. Which is, we'll just do, that. The village authorizes the use of an employee dishonesty and faithful performance of duty policy through the public entities pool as an alternative to individual surety bonds for officers, employees, and appointees required by law to have a bond.
Any discussion on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, mark that as first reading. Everybody had a chance to look over the bills? And if we did, we just need a motion to approve such bills.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
And we have the approval of the August bank rec.
Oh,
We have
so moved.
approval for the August bank rec. Yeah, first. Second. Warner,
Yes, but did we have to sign something?
It should be in there somewhere.
Did I sign that? Don't worry. I don't think I remember signing that.
I didn't.
know if you didn't sign.
I don't,
Email.
How many signatures are on that one?
Come back up here.
And Rob, it's gonna have to go around.
just pass it this way, Ashley.
Oh, you didn't sign it.
Nope, I didn't flip the page.
Okay, so we're gonna,
Don't even start with.
I'm not. Approve it?
Yeah,
Mr.
and I'll
Rupp?
sign it.
Approve us all. Approve.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Miles? Mrs. Patel? Okay. Okay. Do we already?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna start with visitors and guests over here. You have anything? Nothing at all? You here for school? You picked a good meeting. She went to the township last Monday. They were there for like 4 hours, so. We have a 2-hour time limit, so. Sam?
I brought her. I thought that I could get the youth into the local politics.
All right.
Thanks.
She's doing it for her class.
Okay.
Go on.
Ma'am? Nothing? Sir?
Want me to go first? You want me to go first?
Okay, I just have questions.
Sure.
So my first question is, what is the policy and procedure for when a complaint is made to the village? What are the steps?
We take such complaint, we review it via our code and see if it warrants an action.
How do you document who is complaining and what complaints have been made? How do you track patterns? Nope, I'm asking the council, not
Yeah,
the staff.
Well, not all the staff, not all council knows about any complaint. They don't answer their phone. It comes through
So you guys don't review complaints when they're made? So who determines when a complaint needs to be brought?
she takes the information, she puts it to, if it's a zoning thing, she sends it to our zoning guy.
Mhm.
If it's a building complaint or a water complaint, like something that goes to Public Works, we
So
vote on something like that.
I have in writing that there's no tracking system for complaints that are made to the village.
Okay.
So is there, I guess to me that's concerning. How do you know? I call as a village person and say, this house is a problem. She calls and says, this house is a problem. She calls and says, how do you track to make sure that you're doing that equally across the board?
We
and
send
not
it,
targeting families.
we send it to our zoning person and he assesses it.
Every complaint that comes in is sent to
If
the
it,
zoning
if
person.
it goes to, if it's a, like a.
If it's
nuisance-
If it's a zoning.
Complaint like, trees, debris in the boulevard or
Every complaint.
every complaint goes to our
Okay, so I call Stephanie and say the trash guy ran the stop sign. Who does she send it to?
Sheriff's Department.
And there's record of that.
You call the sheriff's department.
Okay.
We're not calling the sheriff's department for a complaint
That's
that
my
we did not
question.
witness it.
No, that's my question is how do you track what complaints are made to know whether they're real complaints or not?
We follow up.
A tracking system?
If I may, Kelly. This year we got a complaint about a storm sewer and it went all up to council's email. It didn't go to the office as a phone call. It went to every council member. They found our email on the website and they
Yes.
submitted it directly to us.
But how does the
Then I
village
took
track it?
then I took that to Public Works. We don't have an official form that you fill out for a complaint. Last council meeting, we had a letter submitted to us
That's not my question. You're misunderstanding.
and I'm trying to respond the best that I can.
Yeah, I'm just explaining you're misunderstanding my question. So let me rephrase it. My question is, how do you track to know that you're not targeting families? So that's my question. And what the answer I'm hearing is there's no system or policy for tracking complaints.
I don't think it's our responsibility to be a parent of bullies.
Okay, that's a fair answer. That's your answer. The village is not,
If somebody is bullying a family,
okay.
then that needs to be dealt with in a different
What
manner.
if the
but it's not
bully is
the
within
council's
your
responsibility.
staff?
Then that would be a staff complaint, in my opinion.
Okay, so I'd like to make a
Like,
staff complaint. Actually, second, back up. What is your social media policy? Usage on the clock and usage off the clock.
Off the clock, we have a social media,
We took off any social media policy off the clock as far as engaging in arguments.
Okay, so what about using that to then police the citizens within the village? So off the clock, I screenshot something and then on the clock, I send it to you guys. What's the policy for that? I'm just curious how much money is being spent for someone on social media who's getting a 10% raise. I just heard a 10% raise. So how much time is it? Are we allowed?
10% raise.
Not getting a
Right here.
10%
That's
raise.
not what it.
That's not what I said. I didn't say anything about a raise.
Okay. Am I the only one that heard her say 10% raise?
You heard the
There was a 10% to what we're talking about.
fee, it was for the,
Fee.
The Durham
The
patch.
dirt patch fee.
Patching.
Or,
And you said it would go to her.
no. That was an administration fee for a contract.
Okay, then I
The
misunderstood.
way that we pay things, like we have to take out line items on specific things. And like part of the cemetery line item goes to pay Harold for hours worked in the
Okay,
cemetery.
that makes sense.
Yes, so
Okay, so what's the
Yeah.
social media policy for during business hours?
I think we got rid of it, didn't we?
We got rid of
So
all,
there's no social media policy whatsoever for the village.
not that we have anything else on. We took that off.
We took it off for council, that council could engage in conversations as
Interacting.
far as
What
comments
about
on.
employees though? Because Stephanie is not.
The only one we have would be for posting on our village social media
Yes.
page.
Okay,
That was part of that reach alert policy, which since we got rid of reach alert, that policy,
Went away.
so how many families has Stephanie made complaints with using social media in the last 12 months? I can think of two on my hand right here. So that's my question.
I'm not
I was talking about complaints.
No, Stephanie made a complaint using my social media, screenshotting my child and sent it to the council.
It's not a complaint.
I did not receive that email.
Neither.
I did a public records request, which was only partially responded to. So I'm just curious.
None of us had saw anything like that.
Supervises Stephanie.
Me.
Okay, so I'm making a complaint to you about an employee being inappropriate.
Okay.
She's blocked me on Facebook so that she can then
There's no law on that.
unblock me.
There's no
so that
on
she
law.
can screenshot stuff.
There's no law on that. I
No,
mean,
there's no law on that, but it's inappropriate behavior. It's unprofessional behavior.
what,
It's public too.
I'm not
It's
on,
only public because I thought we were friends.
That has none of, that's not our
I
concern.
wish she was, hold on, you don't get sorry. I know you're upset that she was taking pictures of you, which is highly inappropriate. I agree. Of a minor and sharing it. Pretty cool, right?
I don't remember her sharing that.
I have it in the public records request.
But
She
we're not
absolutely
all
did.
CC'd on it. are
Well,
we?
then I guess that's my question. Who does she send those complaints to? Is it to you, Rick?
I review complaints, but not everything that doesn't go to Ken. I mean, if Ken warrants me to have that,
What was these violations?
that's
that
what
she
I'm trying to
She
figure out.
was screenshotting pictures of my daughter with our chickens and then sending them to people. No different than you sitting across the street from my house, Greg. I'm just
I was
saying.
driving home. I was driving home.
Yeah, I mean,
I was driving home.
at the end of the day, I think what we're having I think there's I don't want to say a tit for tat. If I commented to you on actions of our zoning guy coming down your driveway.
Which is really inappropriate and unprofessional.
Okay. He had a talking to, that will not happen again. And he thought he was doing something, because that's where you guys conversed the last time. That's
You
what,
don't stop by-
that's what I'm asking. I'm just telling you what
don't stop by someone's home when you've asked to have them call you back. No business operates that way. You don't call the water department and say, I have a question, and then knock on your door. It's unprofessional.
Okay.
The same as your village administrator is unprofessional.
My business administrator,
Or I'm sorry, what's secretary? What's
fiscal officer,
fiscal officer?
Clerk,
So
yeah.
how do I make a complaint against?
you can make a complaint to me, put it in writing.
Rick, I've already done that.
Okay. I'll take it and I'll take it to the, as far as we need to go as a council, we'll figure out.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, if we want to address,
No, I have no questions about that. That's already being addressed.
okay,
My issue is that complaints were made by my neighbors, but you have no proof of any complaints because you have no tracking system. You have one person saying there was a complaint, but you're saying you're not targeting my family.
I'm not targeting your family. I'm
You're
targeting
absolutely targeting.
targeting the chickens that were not in your yard. That's what the complaint was.
No,
Whose
the
chickens were?
The complaint was that we had chickens that weren't registered.
The complaint
Did you
was,
look at the timeline on that though?
Are you part of the council? Because I'm pretty sure you're not.
okay, so the complaint was you had an X amount of number of chickens.
But the complaint came from her. And I was told that the complaint was from the neighbor.
I was
She's
told,
not my neighbor.
Okay,
I have it in a public records report.
that's fine. That's fine.
Which she's the one responding to. I've asked for copies of social media. I didn't get any of our social media back and forth or back and forth
Well, you're not gonna get them from me because I'm not. Yeah.
on social media. So she's not responding to the request appropriately.
When was that request? Today?
No, that was done in August. Yeah,
The social media one?
yes.
The one that we just got today?
No, that's a second request. I'm extending it to see who else she's harassing.
Okay.
I want to see if it's just people of my political persuasion and religious beliefs.
Well, there's
or
no,
if It's just people she doesn't.
there's no
like.
reason for political and religious beliefs because there was nothing stated on
It
that.
doesn't matter what you state, you targeted us.
Well, we didn't
Not
target,
you, not
we
you.
didn't, we didn't target
Your
you
staff
because we targeted the chickens that were physically two roosters in the picture. I witnessed two roosters.
And the roosters are gone.
I get that. And I told you the problem, I told you the problem was resolved on that.
No, mm-mm. You continue to harass me.
I don't.
No, your staff does.
When was the last time she had communication with you on that?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to pull that up for you. I can send it to you.
Yeah, please, because
Because I'm not the only one she does it to. I'm fairly certain, am I speaking out of turn, that you had a similar issue with harassment via social media? I'm just saying.
I don't
obviously have a
exactly know
staffing
what.
issue.
I'm not saying no, so I got beef for sure, but I don't exactly know what you're talking about.
She's screenshotting and sending pictures of my kids.
No, I'm saying in regards to me.
Oh, no, not true. Well, I'm just thinking of all the blow up that occurred
Oh.
when she was inappropriate with you.
Oh,
Okay, I'm done with my 3 minutes.
All
My
right.
daughter would like to address you all though, and I would expect that you speak respectfully, not the way you spoke to her.
Go ahead.
Hey, Lindsay, just introduce yourself.
I'm Lucy. I am of course her daughter, but my concerns are there aren't proper sidewalks and roadings for people who want to ride their bikes, scooter, walk. Because if we're gonna get in trouble for not being on sidewalks, which I'm not saying we are,
Mhm.
but it's frustrating to biking and not be able to do it safely.
I just sit closer in your way.
There are patches of gravel that need to be sidewalks. There are sidewalks that should be there. The gravel path over there, bikes aren't,
Which way, which one are you referring to?
The walk.
the one that we just built.
The $22,000 path.
Okay, well, that's not supposed to have bikes on it, but that's cool.
It says no motorized.
There's no bikes allowed on that.
The sign says no motorized vehicles.
Well, okay.
Bikes aren't
So it might need
motorized.
to up.
Okay, we can address that because people are riding their golf carts. I apologize. So,
Yes.
And Julian, I know this might be out of turn, but my brother, he is not able to ride a two-wheeled bike,
Mhm.
right? Riding a three-wheeled bike that is expensive, and I know you guys know about expenses, and having a tire get popped on it on gravel, or say going down to the recycling.
Yeah.
That is frustrating. Having kids need to stop by someone's house to get their tires pumped up so they can get their bike to their house because the tire popped. That is frustrating.
Okay, you got this. There's also vehicles that have been for years parking across the sidewalks. She's bumped into cars because of where they're parked at.
And then the people who are riding the bikes, scooters, get in trouble with the owners of the cars
Mhm.
when it's their fault for parking in a public sidewalk or down on
Broadway? Broadway? Was it Broadway by the park?
no,
Where are you thinking of?
your dog's house.
Where the basketball hoop is? That's where they were complaining about the basketball hoop.
talking about on Sumner Street?
Yes,
Okay.
there's a big house. There is a bump in between there, and that is really dangerous.
Okay.
And we have talked about danger in this council meeting today. And well, I don't know why we would have to second guess getting our roads fixed, getting our sidewalks fixed, getting our paths fixed, when that gives us a huge liability gone. It's down the drain, it's not there anymore. I understand it's the expenses. I understand that it is hard and it'll be over a 3-year process. But why are we fixing railroad tracks? To make them safer for trains. Why aren't we fixing sidewalks to make them safer for people who are on them? Why aren't we fixing the roads? We fixed Main Street. The second step is to fix the rest of them.
Mhm.
This is frustrating not only to me, but to my friends and my neighbors. Can you please fix this?
We have,
Address this?
yeah,
So I've been a big proponent of fixing sidewalks in the right of way. I have mentioned it over and over. I have been blocked, just give me a minute. I have been blocked by members of this council and also members of the community that do not want to do it. I spoke to Mr. Haraz Gambari, who's our state representative, who said that this is very possible, that we can do it. He was on city council in Perrysburg, and they actually, when they had money left over one year, they used where they could put foam underneath it and raise them up in several areas for right-of-way sidewalks. Every time I see Haraz now, he asks me how the sidewalks are coming. I am a proponent. I love the idea that you have. We had a group of 6th graders in here one time that rose the same question because they were doing it for a class.
And I'm gonna say that are probably some of the friends that I have not complained, but talked to and discussed this thing about, and how we crosswalks. That is one of my biggest issues. Going where there's right next to my house, there's a 3-way right here. there is one stop sign, another stop sign, another stop sign. On multiple occasions, I've seen cars while I'm trying to bike across it with right of way, not trying to get my voice raised. Zoom through it. I've seen 3 cars on the same occasion go straight through that sidewalk. That sidewalk.
I see it all
That
the
stop
time.
sign.
I see it all the time
All
too.
the time, drives me absolutely nuts that people do not stop at that three-way stop down there. I don't know what we can do other than put flashing stoplights up.
And I apologize. I can't remember if you're Lucy or Sadie. Okay, Lucy. So understand, I am 1 vote out of 6. But I totally agree that Weston should invest money. And it was me on the chair of the Administrative Process Committee that put in a $10,000 budget to repair sidewalks. It was decided in Public Works that what sidewalks we're gonna do. It ended up changing only because we were looking for a grant opportunity. It didn't work out either way. But I am totally in agreement that we should be working on a plan to fix sidewalks in the right of way.
And we physically looking at every possibility as far as funding, as far as grant wise, ODOT and everything else to do such ADA compliant ones, connecting of the certain ones, because it goes along with our policy of sidewalks. Obviously, back in the day, some of us had to put sidewalks down via a plan, then it got stopped. People didn't want to do it. Then there was a rigmarole and half the village said no, half the village said yes. And that's the reason why we're at where we're at. But we allocated money for sidewalks. We're trying to, and like I told them, it's kind of hard for us to mandate a sidewalk being repaired at your facility. Not saying it does, when our facility is in disrepair. So we've been trying to do our such things as well. Now, to go back to your thing about the stone path, like to the recycling, that's unfortunate, but we had trash getting blown into their parks that we have patrons of, people that physically pick that stuff up. Over here, we have a better monitoring system.
It's not ADA compliant though. It's not accessible to people with wheelchairs and disabilities.
I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't know if we have to do that
This year, last year I had a hard time getting through the walking path. This year I can get through the walking path.
That's good to know.
So I mean, we've, go ahead.
Personally, I'm not just talking about the walking path. I'm talking about how on multiple occasions, I have been blocked by cars, by people being reckless, and by the roads not being up to the standards they need to be. That is what I'm talking about. I'm not just saying that, hey, this would be a fun thing to do. No, it's something that needs to be fixed and needs to be done now.
Can I add to what you're saying? Yes. Okay, so the cars parking over the sidewalks on Broadway have been there for probably 15 years. I understand why they block the sidewalks, but I'm getting 6 letters about chickens, but for 15 years, they blocked the sidewalks completely.
That's a call to the sheriff.
I'm front of the village. It's an ordinance to not block the sidewalk.
It's through ORC and it's enforceable by the sheriff.
Then do that. That's what you guys are paid to do.
You can also call the sheriff.
I absolutely could, but that's not my job. I'm not paid to do that. You are. It's your job to maintain the roads. If you're gonna harass me and go after me, then why are you not doing the same to everyone equally?
I don't believe we're harassing you.
I don't believe that my email stated whose chickens they belong to.
I'm gonna point out this, at the same time that you got a letter about a rooster, another resident's also got a
Oh,
letter.
no,
about
I
a
did a
rooster.
public records request. I think I got a handful of them, but yes.
We've handled our rooster problem.
Mhm.
Our chickens are staying on our yard for the past, couple days. They've been in our yard. And I don't understand why this would still be a problem. I don't understand why.
Because
It's not anymore because you guys got rid of the roosters, as you say, and your 6 chickens are less. So now there's no problem.
But there is a problem right there.
Not a problem with the chickens. I'm clarifying for Lucy.
Yes, there isn't a problem with the chickens. But why are we still making a big deal out of it?
We honestly haven't.
We haven't,
Then why have there been letters at our door, taped to our door?
that's the process.
That's the process. Why can't you put it in our mailbox?
That's the
Actually, they
process.
should have certified mailed it, but
That's the process.
we're gonna handle that. You don't need to worry about your
All right,
chickens.
so I think I
Done here today.
thank you.
She likes the vehicles moved from the front up.
Well, we'll see what we can do with that. We'll
Wonderful.
verify that our ordinances collaborate. If it does, we'll warrant, the conversation with the,
No, it's all speech. You
And
did your part.
so what I'm gonna say is, hopefully we can get this fixed within the next 3 months
Oh, God.
at least. No. Well, the reason why I'm saying 3 months is because we got our chickens handled in what, 2 months?
Not even.
If that. And if we are able to send that many letters and that many things to us about chickens, we can do that for our safety on this road near this house that you are calling what is it, nuisance?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're already dealing with people on this road. Can we please just fix it all?
we're going to try to address everything you asked for. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Shirley?
The walnut tree on Clark Street. The nuts are all over the sidewalks. And there's a lot of people that travels through there and somebody's gonna fall and get hurt.
Okay.
And,
Is that the one that's on that's parallel with your house?
I clean them up, but they're further down.
All right.
Nobody lives there now.
Okay. We'll see what we,
And we're having mums at the Methodist Church Saturday from 9 to 4. Fundraiser for the church.
okay.
Everybody's invited. I'll look for you.
All right. That concludes the thing. We should,
Try your wife a mum.
use the word.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, virtual. Sorry about that. Ron, do you have anything?
No, I think, I just want to remind everyone that, there was some extra money a couple of years ago and we spent it on a walking path that's not allowable for bicycles addressing the young girl. That could have been used for sidewalks also.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, we can't worry about that now. It's what we got. So we'll worry
Sure.
about, maintaining what we have.
And I guess my point is that she has to understand that the money isn't always available, but what is and what can be could be utilized for that necessity.
Right.
And I understand that the money might not be available now, but why those years ago we spent it on a path when we had more things to make more places accessible for people, when we had 22,000 extra dollars.
Sure, that's a question for the previous administration.
Yeah, that's,
He's not here anymore.
yeah. So it's,
That's long story.
okay. Digger?
Okay.
No comments, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Travis? Anything from Travis?
I was requested that.
Sorry, no comments, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Luke?